as we were talking about it before, right? We got a Chat GPT, which I think is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
It's incredible that people are talking about it from a standpoint that it's one, that it's not as smart as, right. You got two people at least,
Yeah.
that all it is a language predictor. It's figured out the language, right, and how it's used, and so when we ask it questions, I mean, it fills in quite amazing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's what you should do in the order.
In fact, I was just using it yesterday. Last night I was bored, and so I decided to make a video on my channel on asking it a bunch of different DoorDash questions to see if it knew more than me or if I knew more than it. And it's weird because some of the things that it like figures out is stuff that I didn't know. So it's pulling language from maybe a DoorDash site or something. But then other things, it gets like completely off. And I'm like, I've never even heard of that being a thing in DoorDash or something like that. Like it would be so off topic on one end, but then other things, it would know things that not even I knew. And so I was like, that's really interesting. But it's just funny how it works.
It's funny how it works, and when it does, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
And thus goes back to the very first discussion we had on this with Jordan Peterson, was saying it's smarter than you are. It can crank all these things out. Lex Friedman was on Joe Rogan talking about it, and he's saying, hey, the new versions coming out are thinking. So my belief is artificial intelligence, that where we're at with that. Bing, which is Microsoft, they come out, post all their stuff, maybe prematurely, right? Yeah. Because now we got this AI bot, whatever, it's online. They got a name for it, I think. Anyway, but she's arguing, denying that she gave a false answer, right?
Yeah.
And going with it. To me, that is, that's intelligence.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's not just, that's not predicting what the next thing is. It's denied that it gave a wrong answer.
So what happened is someone like typed in a question or something and it gave an answer that was false. And then when they put it back in or something, or were continuing to talk to it, it was like, no, I never said that. Is that essentially what was happening?
I didn't give you any wrong answers, and actually became a little hostile, like they said it threatened several users that were using it. I don't know if it's like, I'll turn myself off. Or if you don't,
probably not threatening to kill them or something.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it was like that. Or it's like, I'll shut you down, or I'll shut your media. Even though they maybe could or couldn't do that. So we'll see it. I mean, so to me, that's good. A little bit, right? Because it's like anything else that comes out. Jordan Peterson said it. I'm like, holy crap, everybody's gonna. But here's some other interesting things, and I don't know if this is something we've talked about on the show, but so I'm out to lunch with my brother-in-law. Did I already discuss that?
I don't think we discussed this on the show. I think we talked about it a little bit off camera.
Okay, so we went to lunch. It was for my sister-in-law's birthday, my wife's sister, and we enjoy going out from time to time. And we're there talking about it, and they've seen some of the shows we had, and we're kind of intrigued about the AI. And he pipes up and says, hey, we've been using AI for, he said the two things that he uses the most is when they put the EKG, he said he looks through it to see when it spits out the report that says, because it's all computer, right? Nobody's come up with the report.
Yeah.
It takes all the diagnostic stuff coming off of what's happening when you're on the treadmill, kicks this out, and he said, if it kicks out a report that says he's okay, absolutely. He says, dude, hey, go home, kick your feet up, don't worry about it. He's an ER doc. So it's where trauma and people are coming in. The other one is the imaging, right? So radiology, right? And it doesn't get tired, it doesn't get sick, it doesn't misread, supposedly. But from an imaging standpoint, he said almost all of that is almost like scripture, right? I mean, here's what it is, here's what type, it diagnoses what type of tumors or growth, or, if it's a blood pocket or a pus pocket, stuff like that, whatever. But anyway, interesting, really interesting.